What's up, godlings? This is your boy Montre doing my video blog for what's this week? It's April 21st, 2009. I got a few things I want to talk about. First, what's been going on in my life. So I haven't video blogged in a long time. Man, I know it's been a minute, but my laptop crashed, so that's why I couldn't do it. I want to first talk about what's going on in my life. It seems that people don't like to approach people if they think they're attractive. You know, if they think they're sexy, people tend to ignore people who they think are attractive. And I'm not trying to say I'm the sexiest guy out there in the world, but I'm just saying when I'm at a bar, I notice a lot of people staring, not a lot of people talking. I'm like, what's going on? And usually people don't talk to me unless I talk to them. So I'm just kind of wondering, what's up with that? Why is it that people do that? Why is it that people feel intimidated? Because you might be attractive, you know. And I find that when I talk to attractive people, sometimes they're even more shy than, you know, maybe an average looking person, which is kind of weird. So anyways, I was talking to this one dude, and I went back to his place, and he was drunk and I was drunk, but he just broke down. He was like, why did you pick me? Why did you come here? You know? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, you're just so beautiful and all this, and oh, I just, you know, I don't deserve you. And mind you, this guy's 38, older than me, average looking dude. He starts crying. He starts busting out crying because he doesn't feel worthy. Now, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal like that. I don't even do that to myself. And that makes me kind of uncomfortable when people do that to me. So I was like, okay, you know, I was trying to figure out what was the deal. So we didn't do anything. Most of the night, I just spent trying to validate him and trying to help him feel better. One, if you don't feel that good about yourself, if you don't like yourself, I don't see how people can like you, you know. You got to start with yourself first. So if you don't like yourself, try to figure out why you don't like yourself. And then work inward, outward. You got to love yourself, because if you don't do it. Next, news. I was watching Oprah. Big Oprah fan. So let's talk about Oprah for a moment and what happened on today's show on the 21st. She was talking about some of her best shows. Some of her best shows that she was talking about, some of her guests that stood out. Ted Haggerty, what was his name? Ted Haggerty? Ted Haggerty was one of her guests that she had on the show a while back. Now, if you don't know the story about Ted Haggerty, he was a televangelist, he's a preacher. He got caught having sex with a man, or he had bought a prostitute, a male prostitute. Well, Ted Haggerty still claims to be heterosexual, yet has feelings for men. Now, I don't know how to feel about this. You know, we've already had discussions on my channel talking about bisexuality, that it does exist. Now you have this guy who claims to have sexual desires for men, yet considers himself heterosexual. I mean, it's okay for him to be married, I feel. It's okay for him to continue with his family, but it's just kind of weird that it's already, bisexual people already have a problem that a lot of people don't believe we exist, that you're either gay or you're straight. And now you have a guy who's clearly bisexual, and he's denying that part of himself, when he should, you know, express that yes, there's people who like both sexes, and he just chose to marry a woman. There's nothing wrong with bisexual people marrying or falling in love with the opposite sex, because it happens. Probably more so than not. But it was just interesting to seeing what he was describing, and he's been accepted for being open and honest about himself, which is great, and I applaud him for that. I just wish he would just try to figure out basically where he stands on sexuality, because you can't be just a heterosexual guy who has desires for the same sex. That would be, I don't know. He's trying to create his own definition, and I think mainly because he does live in a Christian world, and the Christian world already looks down upon homosexuality and bisexuality and all types of things that are not heterosexual, because the Christian world already kind of like shun the unbeliever. And, you know, he has such strong ties to the Christian church. He feels uncomfortable with accepting anything that's outside of being heterosexual, even though he is. Next big thing in the news, Miss California and her stance on gay marriage, which was quite interesting. My personal opinion about Miss California and what she said, if you didn't hear it, then I'll post a link on the side so you can watch that video. I'm not really upset about what she said, because I realize there's people who don't agree with gay marriage. It's just the tone and how she said it. I think she has the right to voice her opinion, but you know, when you're running for Miss USA, you have to be politically correct. Just like, you know, if you're a politician, you know, it's okay not to agree with something, but I think she put her personal beliefs out there in a non-political correct way. And I don't know how you do a politically correct way of giving your opinion. How do you do that? Give me your comments and or text response or video response on how you feel about what Miss California said. And because California is a very liberal state, it still surprises me that the gay marriage thing has not been passed yet. Question, would I do it? I don't know. I'm all about love, so eventually I do want to fall in love with somebody out there, so I'm open to the idea. I am definitely open to the idea. If you are gay, straight, or bi, how do you feel about gay marriage? Give me your text responses about that and your video responses too. And how do you feel about Ted Haggerty, or if you saw Oprah today? Let me know that. Send me your responses about that. I'm so glad to be back. So glad to be making videos again. Show me love. Make sure you comment, rate, and support your local YouTubers, because you know who's trying to take over, and a lot of other big-time corporations are trying to take over YouTube. So unless we support our local YouTubers, then, you know, what can we say? We got to keep some of YouTube the same. All right. Until then, remember, if you don't do it, then who will? Peace. God bless. God links. Take care of yourself.